coming back and joining me in another video. First I'm going to do is pop this case off here. This is the oblique case that I reviewed. You'll see this in a different video. I haven't got that video up yet, but you will see this unboxing. Oh yeah, I think I do have it up already. So the first thing I want to do is give it to you like I always do. Let's do some of the techy stuff first, and then I'll get into the actual review of the device. So first things first, the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, it's groundbreaking to say the least. This thing is really nice and well built, and I've learned a few things about it after using it for a couple days. It is a real powerhouse. Same thing with the Galaxy S6. It has the fingerprint scanner on the home button there, which is just works flawlessly. Gorilla Glass 4, although we've seen that crack in a lot of videos, comes in at 7 millimeters thick. Very small device, lightweighted, 132 grams with glass and metal. That's pretty good. Or aluminium, some people might say. It is 5.1 inch display with 577 pixels per inch. That's 1440 by 2560. Just, I'm not big on screen resolutions in a lot of videos, and I try not to harp on it, but you know, this is a case where the resolution really does play a part. It is super sharp, and I've got the brightness down a little bit on here. I turn the auto off and I have the brightness down, as you can see there, and there's a matte screen protector on here, so it's still really clear. Let me take a see how that looks on camera. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Might need to tilt a little bit. That is beautiful though. This screen still looks amazing with the matte screen protector and the brightness turned down. Comes in 32, 64, 128. This is the 128 gig version. 3 gigs of RAM, octa-core processor from Samsung, the Exynos 7420, 5.0.2, and it's got this new lightly skinned TouchWiz, and I have to admit, I'm extremely impressed. There is not much going on with this TouchWiz. They've grouped everything together for us, and they did very well with it. I appreciate them doing that. 5 megapixel on the front here, and a 16 megapixel on the back that just shoots phenomenal video and takes great pictures. It is just a beautiful thing. It does have a USB host, and the speaker's on the bottom now, and I'll touch on the body here and show the device off in just a second. But pretty much all the bells and whistles that you would expect in a high-end device. It's really good. It comes in 4 colors, but the main color I think people wanted didn't come to T-Mobile or any of the carriers, which was the green emerald. That was going to be my one of choice, and if I couldn't get that, it was going to be down the line. But I did get the gold in the S6, and this is the black sapphire for the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. So, with all that said, it has a 2600 milliamp battery as well. Let's get into the actual. Let's start with the body. I normally start with the screen, but let's take a look at the body here. Whoever thought about engineering this device, they gave it a lot of thought. Now, granted, the curved screen doesn't have a lot of functionality, but may not have a lot of functionality as far as the software goes, but it makes for a very comfortable device. I can't tell you how comfortable it is. The S6 is pretty much the same device without the curve, and this one's built a little different internally, obviously, because it has a bigger battery, but pretty much the same device, and this one feels so much smaller than the S6. It's just unbelievable. Along the back here, you can see you've got that 16 megapixel camera with the heart rate monitor and sensor there. A little branding there, looks fantastic. And on the bottom, finally, they put the speaker on the bottom, the charge and sync in port. I like that everything's grouped on the bottom there, and everything's grouped on the top, because the sides are so thin from that sloping screen. You got the power button there and the volume rocker over there. I just like everything about this device, man. I'm really tempted on picking up a gold one. It's kind of crazy, but wow, this is just a flawless design. It is just gorgeous. There's just not much to complain about with this device at all. So let's jump back to the screen here. And again, glass on both sides and a metal chassis. Jumping back to the screen here, like I just said, it's 1440 by 2560. That's just unheard of. I believe this is the highest pixel count on a phone right now, 577 if I'm not mistaken. That is just beyond sharp. Now, the naked eye, you really can't tell after about 300 or so. But still, just having the option to have such a sharp, high pixel density count is just a beautiful thing. It is just freaking amazing. The screen on this thing is gorgeous. 5.1 is a nice spot to have. If it was 5 inches, it would have even higher resolution. But this 5.1 is really exciting. I really can appreciate the fact that they did it at this size and got a lot of pixels in there. Really like it. Sound quality on this thing is good, as you would expect. Let's go into YouTube here and let's just play something. Let's do the old trailer trick. So as you can see, this has a loudspeaker, hands down. This is a phenomenal speaker on this device, and you know, I'm glad they put it on the bottom. Say that they're copying Apple, whatever you want to do, I'm glad they put it at the bottom. Bringing in my Gold S6 here, just because I'm going to the camera. You can also get to the camera whether the screen is locked or not. You can get to the camera in the quick settings, as you saw there. You can see that you can double tap the home button. So first, before snapping a shot here, you can see how everything is set up. The rear defaults at this 1080p, but 60 frames per second is definitely really nice. The rear camera defaults at 16, which is rare because I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, they would have the rear camera at like a lower setting. So there you have all the settings here, voice control. The volume rocker can take pictures depending on how your hand placement is. If you're lefty, you know, you might feel more comfortable snapping it on that side. But this device takes fantastic pictures. So I'm going to take one with the volume rocker here. It's such a fast shutter, it is unbelievable. Now I'll take one with the button here. And let's take a look at those. Maybe I'll have the rotation locked. Yeah. Just viewing pictures on here is just so eclectic. It's so different because the screen is curved, and you look at the detail of these pictures, man. This is pretty amazing. Not much effort goes into taking a picture with this camera. This isn't the world's best camera, but in this package, they did a phenomenal job. I just think they did a great job with the level of time they put into the camera. It really works. I'm excited that they did a nice job on the camera, and you look at the clarity and detail in some of these photos, it's just really nice. The 5 megapixel camera on the front is really nice. It takes fantastic. You can actually take a picture with putting your hand over the heart rate monitor when you do that, when you turn it on. Web browsing is, web browsing is web browsing, There's not going to be, I always stay over LTE most of the time. Even though I have a real high-speed internet at home, I have unlimited data, so, I'm going to get my money's worth. And, it's not as fast as my home internet, obviously, but it's fast enough. So let's hit Phone Arena. And again, this is over T-Mobile's LTE network. And you can see how it renders everything. Really good. I mean, an octa-core processor, it better fly through these pages. Let's go to the desktop view real quick. You can see how it renders a page. It gets the job done. I don't know that I would want to view a desktop page on a screen this size, but the option is there, and that's the most important thing. So web browsing is sure to please like any other cell phone. It won't let you down. All right. I've already talked about the processor, but so I'm not going to really bang on that. That's techie stuff. It has an octa-core processor, and 1.5 and 2.1 is what they're clocked at. So you shouldn't get any problems with multitasking on here. It'll really I haven't had any hiccups or any problems with stutters or fails, crashes, and I'm kind of surprised because it's like that on both of them, the S6 and this one. No crashes, no slowdowns, no nothing. Call quality on here over T-Mobile's network is great. It's no problems, fantastic. I don't have an issue with that. Now, feature-wise, here's where the device, it does have the split view, as you can see here. It has a split view, and this is just a feature. Now, I'm just pointing this out because this is pretty unique for a 5.1-inch display. You have split view, so I think that's pretty neat. But the main feature I think probably people might enjoy is this edge one right here. Now, it's kind of difficult, and I have big hands, but it's kind of difficult to grab that little spot and bring it over and set this up or whatever. But here's what you're faced with when you do decide to set this up. You can just set some people in here, and that's pretty much it. And it's got a tracker in here. It's got a like a feed over here. You go to edge screen. This is where you can see all the stuff that it can do. And a little information tracker. Some people have troubles with the night clock, but there's not much functionality to it. I think, and that's okay because the design itself supersedes that functionality. I mean, who cares? If that function was not there, I could care less because the design of this device is just so beautiful. It is just gorgeous. I can't even say it any other way. It's a beautiful design. And the edge functionality, that little bit that's there, it is there. Yes, it doesn't compete with the Note Edge, but it is there. So lastly, the most important thing to a lot of people, you'll be mind boggled when you see this, probably not, but the battery, with 18%, I still have 9 hours left and 21 hours on ultra saving mode. But you get in here, it's been almost 2 days since my last charge, and I still have 18% left and a lot of other time to go. This is where this device really shines, man. I kid you not. I've been using this thing, as you can see, for it's going on 2 days straight. And I'm pretty happy to say that this battery is 10 times better than the S6. Well, I shouldn't say 10 times better, but it's like, let me just show you my S6 battery here. There's just a huge difference. As you can see here, look, I have only 5 hours left on this one, and I got 35% and 10 hours here. But I got a mix up. I got a mix up on this, and this has been on the battery for 15, going on 16 hours. But I got these mixed up. I thought that the 6 had the bigger battery, and the Edge didn't. So I was messaging James and said, "Hey man, this thing is amazing on battery," and couldn't find out after a Google post that, and I actually went back in and looked. I thought I had looked at it, but I guess I looked at it wrong. But this actually has the bigger battery. This has a 2600 milliamp battery, and the other one has a 2550. But is that much difference? Like, why is that little bit of difference right there such a big deal? It's really pulling it, and to me, it boils down to optimization. Like, it shouldn't be that far off. 2550, 2600. That's not a lot. When you think about it, that's just a little bit. What are they doing to optimize this one? Okay, all right, get your calculator right now. 2550 and 2600. How could this one have so much better battery life than this one? It shouldn't be possible like that. So, I don't know, but this thing has great battery life. Phenomenal battery life. So, there you have it. I'll close out this review with a little bit of gaming here at the end. So, how do I rate this? You already know. I give this, and people, what do I not like about this device? Let me go ahead and tell you. I'm not a fan of this Edge thing right here. I don't need this. I don't even use it. There's nothing there. That's probably the only disappointment I have. Other than that, this phone gets a 10. And I'm not going to mark it down a point just because I don't like that portion right there. Because people often complain, you never say what you hate about a device. Well, I don't hate things about a device. This is here and it's an option. I just don't use it. So that's not going to make me hate a device or not give it a 10 if it deserves a 10. And I think the Galaxy S6 Edge deserves a 10. So there you have it. Check out this game I'm going to go ahead and play for you right now. 10. Perfect 10.
Alright guys, I appreciate you joining me in another video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, and thumbs up. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.